Previously on Automotive Tales, we encountered some resistance in the charge circuit. Aaron discovered not one, but two broken coil springs. And it was recognised this car desperately needs new tyres. Today, however, we are finalising the investigations into the car. Aaron is looking at the to-do list, and we're going to assess the cost of putting all of these things right.
Sorry, I normally fly through this, but
Yeah, no,
when I'm going slow, I forget what I'm doing.
It normally flies through it, and then stupid people with cameras come and get in the way.
It's unusual not to see that dry there, but someone's already backfed it with a load of sealant.
You can just see the little pipe coming in there. It's all blurry. And that comes from the turbo, which is way up there, and is the return line for the oil from the turbo. So yeah, somebody's obviously got fed up with that leaking and has sealed it.
It's a common oil leak.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, as naughty as it is, we whenever we replace this sealant, we put a bit of sealant on the back side of it just to make sure.
Bit of belt and braces.
That's it, yeah. You're not supposed to, but they just leak for fun. So we've got fuel lines, and evap pipes.
Are they plastic?
They are, yeah, they're plastic, and
That's got a bit of rubber.
yeah, there are sections of it that are rubber. It's mainly plastic, goes into metal. Somewhere up there, you can see the unions.
Yeah. Just about the camera. Focus. But they actually look surprising. I was expecting horrible rotten fuel lines, but I guess if they're plastic, you feel okay. You look okay.
I mean, the only times we've had to replace these is when they've been chafing on the steering rack, but that's usually down to either that's broken or missing. Again, that it's easily caught and smashed off. And so long as it keeps running, people don't know about it until it causes an issue.
Yeah. You know you're in safe hands when Paul Cowland brings his cars here as well.
Sorry, so fuel filter's not that old?
No, that is one thing I have replaced myself. Clearly not very well because it's rocking around.
Did you struggle undoing the bolts? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wants the clamp reshaping slightly and then tightening again. You can see where it's twisted.
Basically, what it needs is the same job doing again, but with a bit of experience.
No, it's not bad at all. It's just, you can see the clamp around the back there. It's just
loosened off.
It's out of shape,
stretched.
yeah. We'll rectify it if you like.
Yeah, another one to stick on the list. So it's interesting, the exhaust looks fine all the way back here, and then after this suitcase-sized box, it starts to look really quite crusty.
If you want to make this look better, it's unlikely you're going to get genuine, but...
Yeah. Aaron already knows what I'm going to ask, is can we get a square exhaust tip? Because people that are familiar with these Imperial will know that they originally had a square-tipped exhaust, but they stopped making them after a while, so they all got fitted when they needed a new exhaust with a round tip or an oval tip like this. And there's just something I think quite iconic about that square, sort of slightly rounded off edges on the...
I've never looked into it for someone, but there's going to be someone out there that can replicate it.
So yeah, maybe that's something we need to look into. If you happen to know somebody that will do a replica Volvo exhaust with the square tip on the end, bleep bloop in the comments because I'd be interested to know.
I'll try and find the OE number.
Oh yeah, we can find the part.
It might be we can find new old stock.
One thing I do know it needs is these brackets here. So behind the rear bumper there's an aluminium crash bar mounted to some steel bracket to that, or well, that was a steel bracket, and they have rotten completely through. Because what happens when you put aluminium and steel together is you get galvanic corrosion. I don't know whether it will show on camera. It's still fairly sturdy, but when the car's down you'll see that there's a bit of a gap between the boot and the bumper because the whole lot's dropped. And that's because these brackets are, I mean, there's another bit of it there. Absolutely done.
That's amazing.
Actually, is the rubber okay, do you think?
it's a metal clamp.
Oh, that's a metal clamp.
I would have bet if anything was knackered,
It'd be
I'd
that.
have bet that was knackered. But it's good.
It's good. I'd like the heat shield here, which is cornflakes.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, more again here, just a bit of surface rust.
yeah.
The only real corrosion appears to be the bottom of that there. That's looking interesting.
You can see the panels. Oh, that's
Got inside there.
particularly weak there. Oh, that's only the tip of my glove rubbing.
Yeah, that's done.
So yeah, that's.
Yeah. So okay, that's going to need some attention.
It will, yeah.
So I guess my first question is, do you have a friendly metal basher?
We've got several people we could recommend. Whilst the car's here, we can get someone down to assess it and give you a price. But it's not something we do or
Yeah,
have
it's not
them do
something you
on
do
site.
in-house,
Yeah,
yeah.
no. I mean, the bulk of our work is servicing, diagnostics, and repairs. Is not recommissioning.
Yes, this is a bit of a new one.
No, we don't mind taking a project on, one at a time though. No, it's fine. No, normally, we don't mind a project here.
Yeah.
But we certainly don't want a car park full of them.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They're not
part
good.
of keeping money coming in for a business like this is turning over.
That's it, yeah.
Sort
Oh,
of run-of-the-mill
definitely.
jobs like
Yeah.
servicing head gaskets, brakes, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware these become a bit of labour of love. And I will point out, I do genuinely appreciate what these guys are doing for me. I'm not coming begging cap in hand as some sort of influencer. If anybody's at any questions whatsoever, I am going to pay for all of the time and the work that's done here, because this is a business, it's got to make money, it's a family business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be done. It's got to be done properly.
We
It's got to
do.
be paid for.
Are you keen on pairs?
Yeah, if we're going to do anything, so we just spotted while we were continuing to poke around, there's quite a lot of corrosion on the edge of the damper here. And it's because the little plastic dust cover that goes over the top is actually it's deformed and it's scratching through the paint. And it's caused that to corrode. Now, it's actually solid, it's okay, it's not weeping, but the bushes are looking a bit perished and it appears to be slightly different to the one over here. Same brand. This one has a metal dust cover, so I think we're probably going to put a pair of those on. If you're going to do it, you might as well do a pair, right?
Yeah, they're inexpensive.
Yeah, for the sake of, what are they, 50, 60 quid each?
I'll have to check, but yeah, we'll do
They're not
definitely a good price.
They're not going to break the bank compared to the rest of it, I think. So,
no.
While it's up in the air when it's having work done, it's an easy job that can be popped in. Although getting all the seats out might be a bit of a challenge for you to get to the top mount.
Yeah, we're trying to do it without breaking any plastic. That's the worst thing with old plastic and rubber, is it just deteriorates.
Brittle.
Yeah.
So while we were off camera, we just noticed a little brake line here has popped away, and I'll do a little cutaway to this. It's gone back into the plastic. The plastic has actually survived, but it's just lost the very edge of it. So we're probably going to put some cable ties around that, just so that it stays where it should be and it doesn't rattle against the rear beam. Yeah, all in all, not so bad.
It's not bad, no, not bad at all.
In the words of the Chernobyl documentary, maybe good, maybe bad, because I haven't seen the price yet.
Well, that's it. The trouble is, lots of little things, they are going to add up, and we just have to prioritise what you want from it, really.
necessary.
Yeah.
Looks good. Rightio, almost time for lunch.
I was going to say, I'm thirsty.
Time for some grub. Hello, John the editor here. I'm just doing the final edit on the appraisal video, and my plan was to do a full run through of the invoice, which is sitting just off the side here, and I've recorded all of that. However, that in itself is a good 10-minute video, and we're almost at 10 minutes in this video, so I am going to call stumps here, and you will join me next time where I will take you through line by line the items on this rather long list of things to do on the yellow car. So join us next week as I will take you through all of those bits and pieces, and we will see what the final price hanging out the back of this piece of paperwork is. Spoiler alert, it's quite a big number. The question is that number too big, and is the car worth saving? Right, that's all for this episode. See you next time.
Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Do you want to go up a bit with it?
Yeah, it'll
struggling,
go up.
struggling with a bit of height there. And you've got hair to lose.
Yeah, not much. It's receding quickly.
Right, just put it on the stops because it's safer.